Today we will discuss Gender Development Index uh, and with the example of Mongolia. We will later calculate the Gender Development Index of Mongolia. So now maximize. Okay. So the Gender Development Index measures the gender inequalities in achievement in three basic dimensions of human development. Already we discussed the human development, how to uh, interpret human development index, how to calculate human development index, how to explain the meaning of the value of human development index of a specific country. Now, we will try to understand that how the indicators of human development index or the achievement of human development of the basic dimensions of the human development index differs between male and female. So here we three indicators in human development index: health, that will be measured by female and male life expectancy at birth. Education also is measured by female and male on the basis of expected years of schooling and mean years of schooling for the adults ages 25 years who completed schooling or education. And the other is the economic resource or estimated earned income by male or female. So first, we will try to understand how to calculate the GDI, Gender Development Index. The step one, estimating female and male earned income. This is very important part of the Gender Development Index. When we construct the Human Development Index, we do not we do not face such a problem, because when we construct the dimension of dimension index of income, we just use the dimension index and logarithmic log of income. Due to we have taken log due because to escape the skewness of income. So the step one is the percentage of waste bill for each gender is determined to calculate estimated earned income. The female share of waste bill first we will calculate, then we will calculate the male share of waste bill of a working female or male. We'll go to the second chapter. The female share of waste bill, that is denoted by ASF, equal to WF by WM. WF suffix F and M of W is the ratio of female to male wage, and into capital EAF. The meaning of capital EAF is the female share of economically active population, and similarly EAM is also the female economically active population of male. So the male share of OS bill is calculated SM equal to 1 minus SF. So first of all, we should try to find out the SF, that is the waste share of waste bill, the female share of waste bill, and then we can easily calculate the male share of waste bill. So the estimated female and male earning income per capita, that is GNI PCF. This is the per capita income of female, and GNI PCM is the per capita income of male. Okay, we'll go to the next page. So how to calculate the GNI PCF per capita income? So GNI PC into SF into PF. So SF already we have defined, but PF is the population share of female population share of total population. Similarly, GNI PCM, we have to calculate it GNI PC per capita, and the ASM is the male share of wage bill, and PM is the population male population share of total population of total population. So so the step two is the step where we will normalize the indicators. They had to create the female and male HDI values. The indicators in different units are first translated into indexes, as it is usually similar with the Human Development Index. And then the dimension index for each sex are aggregated using the geometric mean. Because here we have to using the gender related issue, so we will calculate separately HDI for each female and male. So except for life expectancy at birth, which is adjusted for the typical 5-year biological advantage. So here we are assuming that female life expectancy at birth is greater than male. So the indicators are translated into index on a scale of 0 to 1 using the same goalpost of the ISDS we have already discussed in the previous classes. So goalpost for the gender development index is now the indicator is the life expectancy at birth. You can see that female minimum life expectancy at birth is 22.5 years, whereas the maximum is 87.5 years, and male is 17.5 years minimum for male. And you can see that the gap between the minimum male and female years of life expectancy at birth is 5, and also it is true for the maximum goalpost for the difference between male and females. Life expectancy at birth is 5, and expected years of schooling, mean years of schooling, and estimated earned income as usual with the HDI. So the dimension index, which is used to calculate or normalized the data into 0 to 1, is the same we have to use in as HDI to construct the Human Development Index. So we'll go to the next chapter, the step 3. Calculating the female and male Human Development Index values. So for now, we will calculate separately the HDI value of male and female. The HDI formula here is same with the previously we have calculated HDI and previous classes, and this is also the same, but it is just different that it is difference because we calculated HDI with respect to gender. That's why we first calculate the HDI of female and HDI of male. This next second, comparing female and male Human Development Index. So the GDI is a simple. This is the ratio of HDI of female by HDI of male. If it is greater than 1, then equal we will explain, we will try to explain whether there is a gender discrimination in 3 indicators, that is health, education, and income, or not. If any value we can get here in this in this tutorial, we have to take in the data of Mongolia. So we will verify that whether there is any discrimination in education, in health, and in income in Mongolia between male and female. Because I would think that gender discrimination is not so good, for any nation, because due to equality, justice, and fraternity, gender discrimination is not desirable for a nation, for a society. So the next chapter is we have to taking example of Mongolia. The life expectancy at birth for the female is 74.1 and male is 65.8. You can easily see that there is a gap between the life expectancy at birth between female and male. Similarly, the expected years of schooling, we have to find that female is ahead than the male, and mean years of schooling also female is ahead than male. And the wage ratio is 0.82 and 1. This states that the female there is a discrimination in the labor market. So in the Mongolia, we have noticed that there is a discrimination in labor market or wage ratio. Here is male candidate or male population or male workers are more ahead than the female workers. So next is the gross national income per capita is $10,838, estimated on the basis of 2017 purchasing power parity in terms of the dollar. This is more or less medium type of the income country. Share of economically active population is for the female is just 45.8% of the total female population. They are engaged in the different working sector. There are so of the total female population in Mongolia, just only 45% are employed in different sector. On the other hand, 54% are employed, male candidate are employed in Mongolia in different economic sector or industry or any other government or public sector or private sector. So there is a gap between economically active population in Mongolia. And share of population, we can see that the share of population in the female is more than the male. 50% of the total population are male and 49% of total population are female. So sorry, male. The total population, the percentage share of female population is much higher than the approximately 1% is higher than the male population in Mongolia. So the female child or female proportion of population is much higher than the male population. But in Mongolia, there is a population is just only 23 or 25 lakhs, more or less. So the share of population is for the female is much larger than the 49. Approximately there is a gap between 1%. Now female wage bill, we will calculate the female wage bill. So SF equal to, we have already discussed this equation or this formula. The WF is and WM is the wage share of wage of female to male, and that value is 0.821, already we discussed. And the economically active population of female population is 0.458. If you translate it into percentage, you will get that 45% of total female population are employed in public, private, or sector or tertiary sector. Similarly, there is a in the divided by this WF, WM, and EF is similar for the numerator, and plus 0.542, that is the economically active population, male population. The value is 0.4094, and this value defines the wage, the female share of OSB is 0.4094, and then we'll try to calculate the male populations as well. So just we will calculate the we already defined this equation, that to find out the male share of OSB is SM equal to 1 minus SF, so 0.5904, and this is much higher for the ways for the male. The share of OSB is much higher for the male than the female, and there is a labor market discrimination of, and earning discrimination also is found in Mongolia. And then the GNIPCF, already we defined this formula, and if GNIPC, already we know that this PCF and SF we already found, and PF also it is known to us. And if we substitute the value from the above table, and we get the GNIPCF is 8,700 sorry, 10,038.6740, and it will be 8756.106 estimated female earned income per capita. So similarly, estimated male earned income per capita in Mongolia is 12,980, which is much higher than the female population. So the estimated earned income per capita for male is greater than, and it is also much higher than the female. So there is a true discrimination in the labor market of between male and female in Mongolia. So female, now we will calculate the other indicator dimension index of the indicators that are health and education. And this will be calculated separately for female and male. So for the female health index, the value is 0.7938, and the male health index is 0.7431, because the life expectancy at birth is much higher for female than the male. This is the biological mature female population in all over the world gets a much higher weightage than the male. They live more years than the male population. So that's why UNDP, United Nations Development Program, fixes a 5 years gap between the male and female years of schooling, expected years of expected life expectancy at birth, So we get a difference between female and male health index, and this is due to the life expectancy at birth is much higher for female in Mongolia than male. So next we'll calculate the female education index and male education index, and in this case we have to see that female are more interested to be educated in Mongolia, and in Mongolia female candidate are more advanced in education rather than male candidate. The years of schooling for the female is 1 extra years of schooling is higher than the male. So we get that female is a good position in Mongolia in terms of educational index. On the other hand, when we calculated the estimated female earned income index, we found that in the wage or labor market there is a far behind. Female are far behind than the male population. So female, now we have to the value of the 3-dimension index separately for each male and female. So we can easily calculate the female HDI and male HDI for the Mongolia. So female HDI, the value is 0.744, and male HDI value is 0.2727. So there is a SDI, there is a difference between female SDI and male SDI. That the achievement in three indicators of such a male, such as health, education, and income is higher than for female than male. So is achievement in SDI of female is greater than the achievement in SDI of male. So here there's just a slight difference, not much more difference. So the female is slightly higher than the male. So we think that the gender discrimination in in achievement of three indicators is just negligible. And we can say, or we can, when we estimate the GDI, we get a 1.023. And if we subtract 1.023 from equality line, then we get 0, that is 1 point, that is GDI minus 1. That is 1.023 minus 1. Then we will get 0.023, the 0.023. And if we multiply the by 100, then we will get the percentage. So the percentage value will be 2.3%, and this implies 2.3%, and this implies that GDI, this implies that that there is a negligible inequality problem in these three indicators, three indicators in HDI. So now we will go how to interpret this conclusion. So I am already discussed that the GDI groups are based on absolute deviation of GDI from gender parity or equality, and that's how to get that 100 into GDI minus 1. So countries who's having an absolute deviation will be less than 2.5, then we can say that in that country have a high equality in SDI achievement between men and women. But when the range of percentage of absolute deviation is 2.5 to 5%, then the country will be characterized as having medium high equality in SDI. But when it will be the 5.75, 7.5% are classified as have a median equality in SDI achievement between men and women. And next, when countries have an absolute divergence from gender parity of 7.5 to 10%, classified as the country are classified as having a medium low quality equality in HDI. That means when the absolute deviation will be 7.5 or more, 7.5 or less than 10%, then the HDI achievement between men and women is a medium low equality. There is an inequality. And when it is larger than 10%, then the country will be characterized, there is a high incidence of discrimination in education, health, and income between male and female. So we have to get gender equality. We have to calculate it in Mongolia, gender equality in these three dimensions of HDI. So in gender equality in Mongolia, that a GDI minus 1 to 100 equal to 1.023 minus 1 into 100 equal to 0.23 into 100, that is 2.3%. So from the first category, we have to see in the value of Mongolia, the absolute deviation value from gender equality or gender parity. Gender parity means 1. is just 2.3%, and which is less than 2.5%. This implies that high HDI achievement equality between male and female in Mongolia. So in Mongolia, there is less discrimination in between male and female in terms of education, in terms of health, and in terms of income. So we can explain that the country of Genghis Khan is a good case study for to define the gender equality in HDI, or in three basic dimensions. So it is good case study for a good instance, or for good example for a nation, for the world, that how to bring a equal gender equality in these three big dimension, or in education, because we know that education is an important parameter or factor of growth. It is encountered, or it is told by Adam Smith, Marshall, as well as other classical economists, that education plays an important role to increase the GDP or other development indicators. So if we bring bring educational achievement equality, then we think that it will be helpful for the GDP growth of any nation such as Mongolia. So thank you for watching this video on Gender Development Index.